Hello survivors and welcome to another Walking Dead Road to Survival video, and in this video we're going to be going over the Mythic market reset, which is due to reset in I think about, I want to say 8 hours or so. So if you do want to pick up anything that's currently in the market when it comes to the characters and potentially the weapons as well, but we'll get into that in a minute, but the characters for sure, you want to actually pick them up while you still can, which is now. The only characters that are going to be coming back is going to be Wang Fa and Pete, I believe. The other characters, the ones that cost 10,000 each, will be changed to another bunch of characters, which we're just about to be able to go through. We go through the information. It says Mythic market is set to refresh Monday 20th, February the 20th, 2023 at 3 p.m. Pacific time, which is in about 8 hours, right? Yeah, it's in about 8 hours. At 3 p.m. Pacific time, here is a sneak peek at what you can expect when the timer runs out, including an all-new exclusive Gold Mythic fighter, Heng Yen, plus a look at the next selection of Gold Mythic fighters players can exchange for TWD Gold medals. Now, people sometimes ask this question. Your TWD Gold medals do go from one market to the next market. Those just survive. They're forever things. My preview of the character is actually here. So if you haven't seen it, he's actually a pretty good damage dealer. I would recommend going to check this out. It looks actually pretty interesting. There's a little bit of like an Easter egg / teaser in the art as well that has drawn to my attention. Apparently the person that's in front of him, that you can see kind of in the right hand side here, is actually Wang Fa, because in the storyline Heng Yen takes him out. We're going to be going over the characters though. Of course we have Heng Yen as a brand new exclusive character. He's going to cost 20,000 TWD gold medals per copy. You can pick up 5 copies, be able to get yourself all 5 for 100,000. I believe, if I remember his kit, LB2 was quite important, so getting at least 4 copies to get a good standard of him. I'll be going over him in finer detail when I actually do a guide on this character, which hopefully will be quite soon. But I'm pretty sure it's at least 4 copies, but I just go for all 5 if you can. The next character is Pete, or Peter Anderson. It's because they've already got a character called Pete Anderson, I believe. And he is going to be a returning character, obviously, of another exclusive character. It's the only place you can actually pick up these characters, Heng Yen and Peter Anderson. And we also have Wang Fa, another exclusive character to the Mythic market, returning again. So if you, let's say you managed to pick up 3 copies this time around and you ran out of tokens, don't worry. Wang Fa is going to be coming back. Good leader still, very good rainbow leader. It's always good to have a nice defense leader available in the game. So those are the 3 exclusive characters that can be coming back. They cost 20,000 TWD gold medals each. Then we roll on to the ones that cost 10,000. First up is going to be Gold Mythic Beta, and he did get massively buffed recently. If you haven't seen the info on that, I have actually done a side-by-side comparison of the buffs on this character. You should be able to go check that out. He's actually very nice now. He works very nice indeed. Especially if you have certain other characters, like if you've got Laura, you can take out potentially 2 characters first turn just with Beta, and they're decapped as well, so it's actually pretty nice. Quite a few fast characters are coming around, so he could actually be useful right now. Then we get Gold Mythic Christmas Carol, another character that recently got buffed. Would team up extremely well with Beta, and also very well with Heng Yen, just because of he's got camouflage in there. Very good for free-to-play. A character that is very important, honestly. Camouflage makes a big difference, and the team up with Heng Yen is going to be great. So if you haven't got Carol already, do pick her up. Then we have Gold Mythic Duck. Telltale fans will be happy with this. He's actually a pretty good character, unless you're using him on roadmaps. It's kind of like a meme on my channel where like he always targets the payback on a roadmap for me if I hit auto. It just happens every single time. But he is actually a good character. Good damage dealer. Actually, surprisingly a good damage dealer. He was a previous Battle Pass character. So if you didn't pick up one of the Battle Passes in the past and you got like 2 copies and you didn't get lucky on the Gold Mythic wheel, well, you can pick up some more ducks. A few more ducks. Ducklings? Ducks. Next up is going to be Gold Mythic St. Paddy Priya. Now, I think she's had a little bit of a resurgence lately. There is quite a few decent tough characters that have come out. For defense teams, you've got the likes of Eric and some other characters. Basically, she's going to be able to be used as the leader for those characters, which is actually pretty good. And yeah, if you want her as a defense leader, you can obviously pick her up. You need 3 defense teams minimum now. Well, you don't necessarily have to. There's obviously a little bit of controversy going on with that now, but It's about 4 defense teams, including a tower. So you generally need more leaders. This is actually a good one to pick up. I think it was grade 5 for her. So that's actually pretty good. Another character that's quite nice to see is the Gentleman. And mainly nice to see for anyone who needs Titan. Because if you get all 5 copies of Gentleman, it costs you 50,000 TWD gold medals. You completely max him out. You'll get 1,000 Titan shards in the museum. And that will get you another copy of Titan if you are someone who is trying to get more copies of Titan. And Titan's still a very, very good character. I use him mainly as a normalizer now, but his damage output is still immense, so it's actually great. Now we have the weapons, and it looks like we're going to have the return of the CZ. I don't think it's 5 copies. I don't think it's 5 copies, but we're going to get the return of the CZ. I think this is the one that's currently in there, which is the Splash. This was a brand new weapon in the previous store. And this is a pretty good weapon, but if you pick it up right now, like if you see any of these weapons and you pick them up right now, when it resets, you can pick them up again. So if you feel any of these weapons are actually worth having multiple copies of, it could be worth picking them up. It's up to you what you want to do here. Potentially, it could be nice to have multiple splash weapons for like taking out roadmap teams or something. I don't know. You know, you might come up with an idea. We also have Andre's assault rifle, which I think is that a rampage weapon? I think that's Rampage. It's not too bad. I think you can craft slightly better Rampage, but it's obviously hard to get Rampage, so it's nice to actually get a weapon in here. Diamond's Cowboy Pistol is the stun gun with Cleanse, but I don't think it's focused stun, but it's actually a good weapon. I had picked up one myself and fully maxed it out, so it is actually a pretty good weapon to get at least 1 copy of, in my opinion. Valkyrie's Broadsword, I don't think is amazing, but I picked it up for collection purposes because I always thought that Valkyrie's sword looked really nice. But you're going to be able to get that as a returning weapon. If you wanted to pick that up, you can do. Then we have Wang Fa's Machete. This is the fast healing weapon. I did manage to get absolute defense on one of the copies of this weapon I got. I think I've got 3 copies of this weapon. I probably will pick this weapon up again just to get, 5 fast healing weapons. Fast healing, if you watch my channel on my streams, you know that I've gone for fast healing on certain weapons a lot in the past and just been really unlucky. So this weapon being in here is actually very nice for me personally. So that's going to be the return of the weapons. 1 copy of each of these. I think the CZ is going to be 1 copy as well. And then we can get the Gentleman, St. Paddy's Prayer, Duck, Carol, and Beta. And they're all the returning characters. Then you have the exclusive characters of Wang Fa, Peter Anderson, and the brand new Gold Mythic Kenyan. I think this is a pretty decent selection of characters for people who maybe sold their betas. I saw a lot of people going, damn, I sold my copies of this guy because he was terrible, and now he's actually pretty good, so you can pick up copies if you so wish. So that's actually pretty good. And also, you could potentially... I'm not going to say this part, just because I don't know. I don't know if it's a good idea. If you do it, you might get upset with me, so I'm not going to say it. But you can also pick up other characters, of course. Like if you like Gentleman, you can pick up 5 copies of him, max him out, get a Titan. I think this is a pretty good selection for people who are like veterans and also newer players. Now remember, we're never going to see things like advanced or ultra characters on the Mythic market. At least that isn't how they were initially advertised. So I think we pretty much got the best of what we could potentially have got when it comes to the buff characters and the brand new character, in my opinion. But yeah, that's like a little sneak peek, guys. That's a little sneak peek. I'll be talking about it more on my live stream tonight if you want to tune into that. That's going to be in around about 5 hours time. Please leave your feelings on the Mythic market in the comments of this video. I appreciate you guys commenting on the live chat though, but if you want to leave any comments on the actual video as well, I would appreciate it. I'm going to wrap up the video now though, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. So that's it for the little sneak peek at this Mythic market, and it actually looks pretty decent. We had some buff characters get added. We have a new exclusive character. We have a character that's towards a Mythic trial character that's harder to come by. So it actually looks pretty good in my opinion. And also we have like a harder, air quotes, character to come by in the past where it comes to the Battle Pass character. If you didn't pick up the Battle Pass or you missed it, you could potentially get Dark. And it's a pretty decent defense leader in Priya as well. So I think this is actually one of the better Mythic markets we've seen recently when it comes to just the normal character selection. But the fact that there is a really good exclusive character there in Heng Yen as well is a massive, massive bonus. I think if you're free to play, you need that big damage output. this guy is going to be able to deliver it to you to a certain extent. He's going to be able to counter certain, parts of the game, specifically things like payback and bide. I would definitely go and check out my video on just showing you how that basically works. I should have a guide up of this character soon, air quotes. But if you have any thoughts on the Mythic Market Reset itself, please leave it in the comments down below. I want to thank you very much for tuning in. And as always, keep on surviving, guys. Keep on surviving.